What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. My good buddy over at Got Fuels Model Garage, Brian, he throwed a challenge out to everyone in the YouTube modeling community. Show us your workbench. Show us your work areas. Just wanted to. I kind of showed everybody mine a long time ago, but I never really did a complete, I would say, wall-to-wall tour. So, starting out, of course, this is the door. I use it's actually our third bedroom in our house. That we got a bedroom just right across the hall right here, and it's for guests, anybody that comes in. But we never put a bed in this third bedroom. And Vicky and I, we just kind of made it our really an office and just kind of a workout room. And then when my hobby started kind of taking a lot of growth, she was gracious enough to let me just take over this room right here. During COVID, however, we always had this little desk in here. And during COVID, she worked back here. I would work from the kitchen. And, whenever I wasn't really busy, I'd come in here and I would get on my bench and she and I would just sit here and talk to each other, during, while she was working, and I would build up the stuff. But Brian was kind of, he threw the challenge out to everybody in the YouTube community to show your workbench, show you what it's made out of, and, maybe it'll help people out that's getting into the hobby or getting back into the hobby. Whether they're working off of a kitchen table, or if they're gracious enough, for their spouse to, let your husband have the entire third bedroom or an extra room or a closet or something like that. Hopefully this might inspire someone. What we've got, and honestly, folks, let me just do kind of a panoramic view. And that's actually a closet, and then we're back to the door. But let me start right here. Yeah, I've still got an old big boat anchor TV right here that it takes up the majority, a pretty good bit of the corner. One of these days I'm gonna get rid of it and put a flat screen in here. But we've still got, just various things right here that we set on it. Some of these are my builds right here. The majority of them are. These are some of my aircraft build. And I built this right here. Old monster truck is a snap kit. So, but this is the C-42 that Charlie Mack built for me, and is just very near and dear to me. He built this in honor of my dad, and my dad he was a staff sergeant on these during World War II. And Mac, right there she is, man. She's always, I take her down and dust her every chance I get, and I'm very proud of that one. Thank you very much again, brother. Let me flip back around here. I have to step back. This room is just a small, tiny bedroom. But this is West Georgia Rods and Customs right here. This little bench was at one time not this big. It started, if y'all see these two legs right here, there's a third leg that comes up right here in the back. It actually started where that leg begins in the back and where this corner is right here. It was from right there to right there, and that's all I worked on. And then I had I built the racks right here and just put a little overhead shelf for the lamp to sit on. And I worked on that for years. Then as I started, I started getting more into the hobby and started doing, more YouTube, doing Instagram, and then eventually fading off into Facebook also. And things start getting bigger. I had to go from right here to right here, and all this was just made out of white pine and MDF top. This spot right here is about, I think that's a 12-inch, cut it to 12 inches, and then it's about 2 foot this way. And I had to add a third, actually another set of legs on it right here. All the racking that I built all this out in the garage. And this is all MDF. And just made me some paint racks for just the various types of paints that I use. I use a lot of Tamiya, so I'm taking them out there and kind of taking a few measurements and going, okay, well, this is what I need. Cut them to what length I need. I had some plexi. I just kind of put that over there to keep them from tipping out and falling out. And it's just handy. Everything, when I'm sitting here working, I can just reach over here and whatever I need. And I have it readily accessible. And of course, there's the shop mascot, Scully and Mrs. Scully, and Miss Linda Vaughn sitting there beside of them. Of course, Scully's always like, yeah, number one. Yeah, you too, Scully. Let me step back. Let me get off my chair here, and I'll step back a little bit further so y'all can see this. As far as overhead storage, I don't have any overhead. It's just I use cork boards. Both of these are cork boards. And anything that I order for builds, or if I'm over, if I over order for, something I might not use, it goes up here on the pegboard. And, anything that you see right there, I've got anything from just spare engines that I may pull out of kits to model car garage, photo etch, parts by Park, distributors, and more Pegasus rotors, and just all kind of little, just neat things that during a build that I might need, it's just easily accessible. I flip over to this side. The corkboard over here, of course, is just a big wheel assortment. I've got tons and tons of wheels. Whether they come out of a kit, I may buy them, maybe Pegasus or something like that. Trying to think. There's sometimes they're just kit wheels that I don't use, and I'll just bag them up and put them on the take the rims and put them on the tires, bag them up, and they're ready to go. And I might see something that I might go, I think I want those. Let me try them out, and I'll try them out on there. If it don't look good, I'll bag them back up and put them back up here for a later use. I use a lot of Protec fittings, hoses, things like that. That's always easily accessible up there during the build, and being able to grab it and when I need it and go with it, and there she is. Out here by the side, I found these. Found this little tub. Really, it's Tupperware, I think. But I mean, it's just handy. I can return around here in the chair and grab whatever I need out of these drawers. Yeah, I still use some red glue. But everything that if I buy it, I just throw it in here. I've got a set of other tools, scales for when I'm pouring resin. Got some Tupperware totes up under there that are full of parts. I like, for the instance, these two right here are just, when I get finished with a build, I take all the sprues and I clip off parts into here. And someday if I don't feel like building, I'll open these two up, and if there's an engine in there that I like, I'll bag it and put it up there on the rack. These two right here are extra tires, wheels that are bagged. These are some right here that are, they're just, I like them. I put them in here, and they're easily found. And then I got just this tub right here. This is all my resin molds. As far as the silicone molds, I keep all of them in there. That way, if there's something that, if I haven't got it on the rack and I know I've got a mold, if I got a mold made right here, I just reach over, grab some resin, mix it up, weigh it out, pour it in there, wait about an hour, come back and demold it, and I got a part. Over here, however, I got another rack, another set of drawers. I keep most of my Tamiya spray paints right here. If there's some color that I like, I'll take it out in the garage, decant it, and then run it through the airbrush. This one's just full of like rags and things like that that I use during polishing. Just various different things that I will need. Keep tape and stuff in there also. I got my airbrush parts right here that I need. I use several different airbrushes, so anything. I think there's even actually a new airbrush in here if I was to ever, one was to ever puke out, and I'd have to send it to some Iwata or somewhere and have it rebuilt. Most of this right in here, this is my storage for all my evergreen styrene. I keep all that in there, and then this is all my decals and stuff. Up top, if there's certain resin prints that I've made, I put them right there, and they're easily accessible. This is just old wore out brushes and things like that. Stirring sticks that I use, just an assortment of tools right here at my beck and call. And then just two little mats right here that I work off of. Got my Dremel sitting right there. It's easily accessible, so grab it and it stays charged. I got another little file, just different little small parts in there. Maybe some cut up sanding, some sandpaper and things like that. So let's jump over here to the desk. This desk here, let me get out of the chair. Keep two seats in here. We got two, and got another seat. This is one Vicky will come in here and sit with me sometimes, and we'll sit and chat while I'm building. I got this chair that stays tucked under the desk right here while I'm building. But anything as far as videos, photography of the builds and things like that, it all happens right here. I got my laptop easily accessible. Got three monitors, counting that, to where just depends on what I'm doing in here. Everything's at my beck and call. If I do any photography, either overhead or anything like that, it's done on this rack right here. This rack actually serves a dual purpose. It's a camera rack, but it's also I can take this tube out right here, and I've got a longer tube that I put in and expands over a little bit, and that's what my the paper that it goes right here, and I bring it down, and this is my photo booth. I got lights in here that I will set up, and that way I get a good lighting for anything. And then there's the two cameras I utilize, either that little Vivitar right there, or I use that Fuji camera as far as the for anything for still photos. Anything right here, I'll use it for overhead because it's light, and I use my phone a lot. And that's basically what this right here is. I can clip my phone in here sometimes, and it's easier to do that. Let's pull back a little bit more. Of course, I got just I try to keep it car oriented, except for the Georgia Bulldogs, who I pull for religiously. Me and Vicky both do. And this is all the builds that I have. These are some of the ones that I've accumulated. Some of them, most of these are retired now from where I've shown them. And I just I put them in a case to keep them getting dusty, and this is where they end up at. Everything except for this big monster right here. I'm going to have to build a case for it one day. And as we tour on around the shelving, all the shelves I built out in the garage in my wood shop, and just got a little small area right here of any of the hardware that I've brought from various shows over the years. So just kind of put that as just right as you walk in. But that's the tour of West Georgia Rods and Customs. Let me just kind of pan around here again. It's just our spare bedroom. But I tell you, Vicky is very gracious. She's very highly supportive of this hobby. Sometimes she'll come back here like on a Friday night or a Saturday night. She don't hear anything from me. She has to come back here, and I've got my back turned right as if she comes in this room and I've got music in my ears, as far as my earbuds, I'm sitting back here jamming. I'm probably concentrating on a build. She knows to come back here and tap me on the shoulder before that way she don't scare me to death. But I tell you what, she's just awesome. She very much supports me in this hobby. I love it when she can go to the shows with me, and she gets to meet everybody, and she really enjoys meeting up with everybody also. But anyhow, that's it, Brian. Great challenge for to put out to the community. I've been watching a lot of the videos, and that's what I'll probably do the rest of the evening. I'm fixing to get I'm gonna get started on a different build tonight, and I'll be sitting here for a little bit and probably watching videos right there. But great, let everybody get a little look. See, if you got any questions or anything about how I built this or anything, just drop me a question. I'll try to answer it as quickly as possible. And if you need any tips or anything on what I built, how and what I built this out of, I'll be glad to help anybody out. Anyhow, folks, have a great weekend. Get you some bench time. And remember, if you can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.